All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And this video is going to is is it a sin to have multiple wives, and are you a real Israelite if you got multiple wives? Cause I seen this sister post on, this sister post on Facebook. She said only the real Israelite men have one wife. So basically what she's saying is the brothers that have multiple wives are not real Israelites. So basically what she's saying is our forefathers are not real Israelites because most of our forefathers had multiple wives. You feel what I'm saying? And multiple wives, is that a sin according to the Bible? It's not a sin to have multiple wives. It's not a sin. It's not going off. But you have some people go by their emotions and how they want to feel, and they tell you that, oh, having multiple wives is going off, or it's just off less. But no, it's not. Because if it was going off, our forefathers, especially, our righteous forefathers, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't have multiple wives. But is it expedient? It's not going off, but is it expedient right now in this time? Some people say yes, some people say no, but I guess it's according to the person, because it's gonna be harder to have multiple wives in this generation of age right now, because back then you didn't really have to pay no bills, you didn't have to worry about going to work, you didn't have to worry about really taking care of both of them and all that. I mean, you had to take care of them, but you didn't have to worry, because you know what I'm saying. You know how now we like in modern day slavery. So you're gonna have to have your funds right to be able to take care of multiple women in this society. And we know a lot of stuff is high. You have to pay a lot of money for a lot of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? To feed two people or three, counting yourself. So it's not expedient right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going off. If a brother decides to have multiple wives, he have to be able to provide for both of them. He can't just sleep with women and be like, not take care of them. Once you decide, you want to have two wives, you have to make sure that you can provide, that your money, that your funds right to provide for those two women. Because you can't have one sleeping on the bed or sleeping in the you can't have both of them in the house with you and they sleeping on the floor. One of them sleeping in the bed and you have the other one sleeping on the floor. You know what I'm saying? They don't got their own rooms and nothing like that. You kind of got them. You kind of all over the place in there because you don't got enough money for it. But you have to make sure when you do this that you got the funds for it to take care of these women, man, that you love both of them. It's not, you know what I'm saying? People say there's less. You have a lot of people that don't agree with it because they say it's less, but it's not really less. It's possible to love multiple women. It's possible. Especially being a man, females not gonna understand that because their emotions gonna be involved. But from a man, any man will tell you, it's possible for a man to just fall. That was going on with our forefathers. Our forefathers was falling in love. They had a wife that they truly loved, and they fell in love with this other woman that they truly loved. But they didn't stop them from loving their other wife. They loved both of them, and it's possible that's possible to do. So that's why, and also in this generation of age, it's kind of confusing because they call it cheating. Just say a brother, he got a female, you know what I'm saying, and then he see this other female that he kind of started vibing with. You feel what I'm saying? He started this goes on. He started vibing with the female, and all of a sudden he kind of caught feelings for the female. But then you know what I'm saying, the other female find out, and she kind of get mad and say he cheating. You cheating on me. You cheating on me. But really, that's a man's nature. If we keeping it real, that's a man's nature. A man just so used to having multiple wives because it's in our spirit. But not all men do it though. You don't have to do it. It's possible not to do it. But you know what I'm saying? Majority of men is in their spirit. You know what I'm saying? Especially us being Israelite men, because before we came over here on slave ships, we had multiple women. Our thing was multiple women. But when we got to America, they made it to you just having one spouse. So that's why it's hard for men. It's hard for men to just to deal with one woman. They need more. They need another woman to deal with because they, you know what I'm saying. That's how things was back then. We the same. It ain't nothing new under the sun. So we the same people that we was back then. We just in different times. But the love for multiple women don't change for some brothers. You know what I'm saying? They still got that spirit on them that they want multiple women. You know what I'm saying? But it's possible not to have. It's possible to. It's possible to have just one woman. I'm not saying it's not. It's possible just to have one woman. But I'm saying is brothers. Brothers can be attracted to another woman. That's not cheating. It's lawful. Brothers, if she not married already. Brothers can be attracted to a female, you know what I'm saying, if she not married already, he already got a female. He can do that. I mean, that's just how it is. Our forefathers, I'm gonna pull some precepts to show you. Our forefathers had more than one wife, and he wouldn't treat them like whores either. He took care of them. You feel what I'm saying? End of the day, the man is the man. The man, the man, like brothers say, the man got the ball in his court. He the man. He decide what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? He control all this what's going on. So a female can't get mad at a brother if a brother decide, he want another female. She can't get mad with that. She kind of got to deal with it. That's how it goes on. You feel what I'm saying? But this Deuteronomy 21:15. If a man have 2 wives, so it's telling you right now, this is in the law. This is in Deuteronomy. This is the law. The law tell you if a man have 2 wives. So that's telling you can have more than one wife. It says if a man have 2 wives, one beloved and another hated. And that's now if you keep reading, that's going on to it's just going into it says another hated, and they that born him children, both the beloved and the hated. And if the firstborn son be hers, that was hated. So it's just basically going into scenarios, when you having multiple wives. But I just pulled this just to show you that it said if a man have 2 wives. So a man can have 2 wives, bro. I know brothers right now in this society that have 2 wives. And they got their funds right. They taking care of both of them. They doing their thing. And it's not a sin. People can't say, he going off for that. He not going off for that. You know what I'm saying? He the man. Now, a female, on the other hand, is different. A female can't have multiple husbands. That's the thing. A female can't have multiple husbands, but a man can have multiple wives. If a female do that, she's going off. That becomes adultery. You feel what I'm saying? So a female can't have multiple husbands. But a man can. A man can. So that's that, and it says it's like a man can have multiple wives, but a female can't have multiple husbands, because that's going off, man. And that's less. When the female try to have multiple husbands, that's just less. She just doing that for her lust, for her pleasure. But a man is benefits for having multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? You make children like that. You make a strong nation out of that, man, when you have multiple wives. You have multiple children from them. You build a strong nation. But a female land with multiple men, what's she going to get out of that? Nothing. Right? So this Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. If he take him another wife, so this in the law too. It's going to, and it said, if he take him another wife, showing you that you can have multiple wives, showing you that a brother can talk to another female. You feel what I'm saying? That's in the Bible. So for sisters talking about, he not a real Israelite. If he she's talking about only the real Israelite men. No, she said only real Israelite men date one woman. What it's saying? What it's saying? So the Bible is why would the Bible say this then? If he take him another wife. So if a brother take him another wife, he not a real Israelite. That what she's saying? She said that. That's going off. She going off emotion. That's why the Most High say women not supposed to teach. He don't want women teaching because they go off emotions, man. If a female get into a debate on the streets, bro, she gonna start crying. She gonna start having a panic. She might start yelling. She gonna start have a panic attack out there, because women deal with emotions a lot. So that's why with these multiple wives thing, you know what I'm saying, that's why he didn't leave it up the females to the side, because they're going to go off their emotions. But according to the Bible, it's okay to have multiple women. You can it don't say amount. You can have 3, 4, 5 women, but as long as you providing for them. But if you're not providing for them, now that's off. But if you provide for them, man, there ain't no problem with that, bro, at all. All right, so this 2 Samuel chapter 5, verse 13, and David. Now we're going into David. So the sister said only real Israelite men have one wife. Now let's see what King David did, because we know the Most High loved King David. King David was one of the righteous men of Israel. And David took him more concubines and wives out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron, and there were yet sons and daughters born to David. So David took more concubines and more wives. So David had more wives. He had more than one wife. So is David going off? Is David not a real Israelite because he had more than one wife? The sister got to kind of explain that. You know what I'm saying? So this 1 Kings 11:3. If he has, now this is King Solomon, King David's son, and he had 700 wives. King Solomon had 700 wives. princesses and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. So, was the number of King Solomon's wives was the reason he got in trouble? Was that the reason that he was sinning because he had more than one wife? No. The Most High didn't have a problem with him having more than one wife. His problem was him getting with these heathen and causing his heart to change. That's what the problem. But he didn't have a problem with him having multiple wives. The problem was him getting with these heathen and allowing them to change his heart. Now he started idolizing. Now he started worshiping other guys. That was the problem. The Most High not dealing with that. No, brothers kind of, I'm not going to lie. Brothers kind of do be lusting. Brothers kind of get 2 or 3 wives just to lust. His mindset not to take care of them. He just want to get with them and lust and lay with them and then let them go. Now that's off. You got to watch out for brothers like, you got to watch out for brothers like that. Brothers like that, you know, they gonna get judged for that, because brothers do that. But it's not going off when a brother truly love. Like I said, it's possible for a brother to love 2 wives. It's possible for a brother, to text female, talk to females. That's possible. That's possible. But, you know what I'm saying, he got to be able to provide. You know, if he want to have 2 wives, he got to be able to provide for them. You know what I'm saying? He got to be able to. In that thing. And brothers, you know, and like I said, I wouldn't say it's expedient to do, you know, but in the kingdom, definitely. But right now, I wouldn't say it's expedient right now, because, you know, it's going to be real tough to do. But hey, if you can do it, go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. You feel what I'm saying? Do your thing through the Spirit. Make sure, you know, that you can be able to take care of 2 women. Make sure those are the women that you want to be with before you lay with them. You know what I'm saying? That's where the courting stage come in at. Make sure, you know, if you're courting 2 women, make sure that you will be able to do this. Because this is a big step, man. This is a big step. You trying to have multiple women. That's a big step in this thing, man. So make sure that you can do it. You know, and make sure that you ain't lusting. Make sure it don't become a lesson thing, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that it's not a lesson thing, you know, when you do it. Make sure it's out of love. Make sure that you love the women before you get into a relationship with both of them in this thing, a marriage with both of them, before you lay down with them. Not at the same time. You can't have threesomes. You can't do that. When you have multiple wives, you can't decide to have a threesome with them, bro. That's off. You can't have sex with both of them at the same time. Now, if you decide to have sex with one of them, you know what I'm saying? I know brothers allow women to be in different households. He take care of them and provide for them, but they're in different households. And I know brothers that allow them to stay in his household, but they stay in different rooms. You know what I'm saying? They all got their own room in the house. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to decide one night you want to lay with the other sister, you can go in there and lay with her. That's your wife. But you can't be like, baby, y'all come lay with me. Let's make a tape. So you having a threesome in the bed with your wives. You can't do that, man. You can't have sex with them at the same time. Yes, they both your possessions, but you can't have sex with them and lay with them at the same time. That's off. You know, so it's perks to having, you know what I'm saying, multiple wives. It's pros and cons in this thing with having multiple wives, you know what I'm saying? So just make sure you that guy, you know what I'm saying, that can be able to do this thing through the Spirit and be able to guide them in righteousness into the kingdom. You know, so this but the King, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I say Shalom.